Let's solve some percent profit and loss problems. These are the problems where the selling price is known and the cost price is to be calculated. The first problem is this. A bicycle was sold for 4,000 rupees with a profit of 10%. What was its cost price? The profit was 10%. That means it was 10% of the cost price. That means the profit was 10 rupees for every 100 rupees spent. So let's write it down. If CP, cost price, is 100 rupees, then profit is 10 rupees. And if profit is 10 rupees, then SP, selling price, is 100 plus 10 equals 110 rupees. That means if the SP is 110, then the CP is 100. In our problem, the SP is 4,000 and we have to calculate the CP. So let's write it down as ratios of selling price to the cost price. That means 110 to 100. When the selling price is 110, the cost price is 100. So when the selling price is 4,000, what is the cost price? 110 to 100 and 4,000 to what? If you write this in terms of fractions, it looks like this. 110 over 100 equals 4,000 over C. The letter C, the variable C, is used here for the cost price. So when you see two equivalent fractions, these two fractions are equivalent fractions, that means they are of the same value, then you know that the cross products are the same. That means 110 multiplied by C equals 4,000 multiplied by 100. Let's divide both the sides by 110. So you get 4,000 multiplied by 100 divided by 110. Let's cancel out 1 0 from the numerator and 1 from the denominator. So you have 4,000 multiplied by 10, which is 40,000, divided by 11. So now we need to divide 40,000 by 11. So divide 40 by 11. 11 3s are 33. The remainder is 7. Bring down the next 0. So divide 70 by 11. 11 6 are 66. The remainder is 4. Bring down the next 0. 11 3s are 33. If you continue this further, you will see that the quotient is always 3, 6, 3, 6 and so on. So the answer of this division is 3,636.36. That means the cost price CP equals 3,636 rupees and 36 paisa. This was one method. Let's solve the same problem using another method. We know that SP equals CP plus profit. That means selling price equals cost price plus profit. But what is profit here? Profit is 10%. 10% of what? 10% of the cost price. That means the profit is 10% of the cost price. So 10% of CP, I can write down 10% of CP as 10 over 100 CP. This is the 10% of cost price. So if I put this value in the formula, it will look like this. SP equals CP plus 10 over 100 CP. So now there are these two terms where you have CP as the variable. The first term does not have any coefficient, and when there is no coefficient, it is 1. CP means 1 CP. So what I have here is SP equals 1 CP plus 10 over 100 CP. 10 over 100 is same as 1 over 10. So this can be written as 1 plus 1 over 10 CP. 1 CP plus 1 over 10 CP equals 1 plus 1 over 10 CP. So let's add 1 and 1 over 10. 1 means 10 over 10. So 10 over 10 plus 1 over 10 equals 11 over 10. So on the right hand side you get 11 over 10 CP. On the left hand side, let's substitute the value of SP. SP, the selling price here, is 4000. So you get 4000 equals 11 over 10 CP. Let's multiply both the sides by 10 over 11 so that on the right hand side we will have only CP. Let's isolate that CP. So when you multiply both the sides by 10 over 11, you get 4000 multiplied by 10 over 11 equals CP. 4000 multiplied by 10 is 40,000. That means CP equals 40,000 divided by 11. Now this is the same division as before. 40,000 divided by 11 equals 3636.36. That means again we got the same answer. The cost price is 3,636 rupees and 36 paisa. Now I'm going to make a little change in this problem. Instead of profit, I'm going to make it loss. So the problem looks like this. A bicycle was sold for 4,000 rupees with a loss of 10%. What was its cost price? So we have 10% of loss here. We know that 10% of loss is on the cost price. That means it is the 10% of the cost price. So if the cost price is 100 rupees, then the loss is 10 rupees. And if the loss is 10 rupees, that means the selling price, SP, will be 100 minus 10 equals 90. Since it's a loss, we have to subtract it from the cost price to get the selling price. So the selling price is 90. If the selling price is 90, the cost price is 100. And in the problem, the selling price is 4,000 and we have to calculate the cost price. So let's write down the ratios of the selling price to the cost price, which would be 90 to 100. If the selling price is 90, the cost price is 100. If the selling price is 4,000, what is the cost price? If you write these ratios as fractions, the equivalent fractions would be 90 over 100 equals 4,000 over C. C is the variable for the cost price. We know that the cross products are of the same value. Whenever there are equivalent fractions, we take the cross products. So 90 multiplied by C equals 4,000 multiplied by 100. Let's divide both the sides by 90 so we can isolate the variable C here. So when you divide by 90, you get 4,000 multiplied by 100 divided by 90. Let's cancel out the zeros, 1 0 from the numerator and 1 from the denominator. So now we have 4,000 multiplied by 10, which is 40,000 divided by 9. So we have to divide 40,000 by 9. Let's divide 40 by 9. 9 4s are 36, the remainder is 4. Bring down the 0. So again you have 40, again 9 4s are 36, again the remainder is 4. If you bring down the next 0, again you have 40, so again 9 4s are 36. You can see that you are all the time getting 4, 4, 4. You can continue this and the answer of this division would be 4,444.44. That means the cost price is 4,444 rupees and 44 paisa. This was the first method. Let's keep the problem as is and let's keep the answer aside and solve the same problem using another method. We know that SP equals CP minus loss. That means selling price equals cost price minus loss. In this case, the loss is 10%. 10% of what? 10% of the cost price. So I can write loss as 10% of CP. That means 10 over 100 CP. So the formula SP equals CP minus loss can be written as SP equals CP minus 10 over 100 CP. There are two terms where there is the variable CP. The first CP doesn't have a coefficient, that means the coefficient is 1. CP means 1 CP. So now we have the common variable CP here. So I can write it like this: 1 minus 10 over 100 CP. 10 over 100 means 1 over 10 is the same thing. So 1 minus 1 over 10 CP. SP equals 1 minus 1 over 10 CP. So let's subtract 1 over 10 from 1. 1 is 10 over 10. So 10 over 10 minus 1 over 10 equals 9 over 10. So the right hand side is 9 over 10 CP. On the left hand side, I have substituted the value of SP. The selling price is 4,000, so I have written 4,000 there. That means you have 4,000 equals 9 over 10 CP. Let's multiply both the sides by 10 over 9 so that we can isolate the variable CP. So when you do that, you get 4,000 multiplied by 10 over 9 equals CP. 4,000 multiplied by 10 is 40,000. That means CP equals 40,000 divided by 9. We have done this division before. We have divided 40,000 by 9 and the answer of that division was 4444.44. That means 4,444.44. So again you got the same answer. The cost price is 4,444 rupees and 44 paisa. Whichever method you like, you can use that method to solve these problems.